This is a 2023 Acura RDX A-Spec Advance package, which is the highest trim level that's available for 2023 model year. And thanks to Carguy, Acura, and Fort Pierce, Florida, I'm going to be able to take you on a complete tour of this vehicle, starting from the exterior, engine, interior, and then the test drive. And if you're new to the channel, my name is Matt, and here on Matt the Carguy, I post 2 car reviews every single week. If that's something that interests you, don't forget to subscribe. Also hit that little bell notification button. Now let's get back to this. The RDX has been around since 2006, and in 2022, this generation got a little bit of a refresh, so there's not many changes for 2023 model year. However, this is a brand new trim. So Acura decided to combine the top of the line trim, the Advance package, with the sporty characteristic, which is the A-Spec. And today, let's take a look what we have. First of all, I love the platinum white color. This is an extra option, $500 for the color. Love it, love the sparkle on it. And I do like the design of the hood. It's kind of very unusual. It has this curved lines on both sides with the indent in the middle. If you look at the lights, we have the fully LED light setup. Right at the bottom, you have the chicane daytime running lights. On top, you have the turn signals and, of course, the dual light headlights. And then scrolling down here, you actually have the curtains on the side. Down at the bottom, you have the fog lights and huge grille. Now, it is all blacked out because it has all the sporty elements without most of the luxury ones. So if you're missing the chrome, you have to step down to a trim below. Huge Acura logo right here with the front view camera behind us. A lot of the Acura watch components are hiding. And then down at the bottom, you have this matte black trim. It looks really nice, sporty, and aggressive. Let's see what powers up this thing. No matter which trim of RDX you choose, it's still powered by the same 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder VTEC engine producing 272 horsepower, 280 foot-pounds of torque, made it to a 10-speed automatic transmission, 0 to 60 in about 6.2 seconds. I like the hood setup with the hood struts on the side, noise insulation. Overall, looks nice and clean. Sleek, stylish, and aggressive. That's what comes to my mind when I look at the side profile of this vehicle. What do you think? Let me know in the comment section below. Overall, I like the design. I like that they didn't include any different color wheel arches or anything like this. Very nice and simple. A-Spec badge on the side. And if you look at the wheel and tire setup, most of the RDXs will come with the 19-inch rims. This one has the exclusive 20-inch rims to the A-Spec Advance package. 255/45 is the tire size, and it dressed nicely in this gunpowder metal color. Everything around the windows is blacked out to give you that more sportier look, including the pillars, bottom of the mirror. The top is the same color as the rest of the vehicle. You have the turn signal indicator, blind spot assist on the interior, and then you have the camera at the bottom of the mirror. I like this trim. Most of the lower trim levels will have it in chrome. I really like this piano black look of it. And this platinum white really pops in this light. It's got a lot of sparkle. No wonder they charge extra for it. Of course, you have the keyless entry system. All I have to do, as long as I have the key somewhere on me, stick my hand inside of the door handle to unlock this vehicle. We're going to check out the roominess, but before we do that, take a look at the back. Back of it's nice and sporty as well, starting with the gate spoiler that's dressed in this piano black, third brake light, exposed wiper, Acura logo in the middle, and you have the LED tail lights with, unfortunately, the incandescent turn signals. I don't know, what are you thinking, Acura? You have the backup lights, of course, and then the reflector lights at the bottom. You have the A-Spec on one side, of course, the rear view camera, and then the bottom is really aggressive. This is probably the biggest exhaust, real exhaust, that I've seen on any of the luxury SUVs, but very nice and pronounced. You have this diffuser at the bottom, and then you can open this gate several different ways. One of this is swinging your foot underneath it to get inside. Let's check out the roominess here. Gate is open, let's check it out. Right on top, you have the button to close it and adjust the height of this gate opening. And in typical Honda and Acura fashion, you have tons of room as far as your storage, lots of nooks and crannies. So let's check this out. If this wasn't enough for you, if you wanted to hide something, there's a perfect spot for it. Now, if you want to have more storage room, right there, open the rest of it up. That creates more room on the inside. Right over here you have the fix-a-flat kit underneath here, so no spare tire on this particular vehicle. Again, a little bit of storage space, power outlet. You have the levers to release the seats, and that's what happens when you do that, creating a lot more space for your cargo. Really impressive. Interior on this RDX is pretty roomy. I'm 6 feet tall. I have the front seat adjusted to my regular driving position. I'm barely touching my knees to the front seat. Now keep in mind, this is the compact SUV segment, which, you know, it's not as stretched out as those mid-size or full-size SUVs, but I can definitely go on a longer trip with this not feeling cramped. I also have enough headroom and shoulder room, and the interior is very premium. Let's take a look. Starting this interior tour with the rear door panel, right away you can see the quality. This is soft plastic. You have aluminum trim around the door handle, aluminum trim around the speaker. You have a leather wrapping right over here, as well as the ultra suede insert on the side. You have the contrast stitching with leather on the armrest, really nice and premium touch. And then of course you have the window controls, a little bit more storage at the bottom of the door. Moving inside this vehicle, first of all, let's take a look. It does have the panoramic sunroof, really nice. Lets a lot of light inside of the cabin. Love the seats. I like how they're profiled. You have the perforated leather on the sides with the ultra suede inserts in the middle, contrast stitching around the ultra suede inserts. They're just the right firmness, not too soft, not too hard. And then in the middle, of course, you have the armrest with the cup holders. Both of the seats feature the seat back storage, and in the middle console you have your own vents. You have 2 USB Type-C ports, as well as the buttons to turn on your heated seats in the back. And as always, before we get inside, let's listen to the sound of the closing doors. Boom. 10 out of 10, I gotta tell you, nice and solid. So here's what we have. Similar setup as in the back, with the exception you have the addition of this very cool looking aluminum trim, 2 memory seat settings for the front seats, and then you have the ELS Studio 3D 16 speaker stereo, window, mirror, lock controls. This is your gate release, another speaker down here, a little bit more storage, and of course you have this ultra suede insert. Getting inside of this vehicle, you're welcomed by this A-Spec badge, and the seats are of course power controlled. You have nicely sculpted seats, not too aggressive, but again, take a look at it. You have the solid bolsters, you have the perforated here, you have this ultra suede leather. Now they're available in different colors, 3 different colors: the black, the brown, and red. So if you like a different color, you can definitely choose that. We jump inside. Here it is, the interior of this 2023 Acura RDX. Definitely impresses at the first look. So it's very sporty, it's very futuristic design. I like this dashboard. You have the polished aluminum, or this aluminum looking trim at the bottom. On top here you have the ultra suede, and then the same trim continues on top. This is all nice and soft plastic. Screen just over 10 inches. It's a little bit further out. We're going to check out the functionality of it, and you have the head-up display. But let's get this vehicle started. Push the engine start stop button. See what's going on here. The screen is a little slow to react, but there you go. ELS Studio, the premium audio system, starting up. We'll let it do its thing, and then we're going to start our tour with the left side of the steering wheel. Right here you have the head-up display, tilt, brightness, parking sensors, all of the safety components of the vehicle. Turn off traction control, turn on the heating element underneath the windshield wipers, brake hold, and electronic parking brake. It's on the left hand side of the steering wheel. Steering wheel, super nice, Flat bottom steering wheel, you have the aluminum trim piece here, A-Spec right in the middle, same red contrast stitching as you see on the seats. Bunch of buttons on both sides. This is not shiny black, which is a plus in my book. You have a very nice and pronounced pedal shifters in the back. Let's check out what's going on in here. So you can turn on or off the audio, turn on the heated steering wheel. Now this is increasing the volume, of course, the volume control. You have different apps, go back, voice control, and this is basically a joystick, go up and down selecting certain things. Same thing on the right hand side. You have the cruise control, main button for the cruise control, dynamic cruise control, lane keep assist. So a lot of safety things. In the middle, in the instrument cluster, you find a really sporty looking analog tachometer and speedometer. They're all nicely red. Right in the middle you have this small screen. Vehicle's got 52 miles. It's 84 degrees outside. We're in the normal drive mode. We're going to check out different drive modes. So let's see what else we have. You have the temperature and the fuel gauge. That's your standard display. So you can say have the speedometer here, navigation, maintenance, tire pressure, super handling all-wheel drive, super handling all-wheel drive, seat belts, see who's fastened, who's not. By the way, it does have the reminder when you turn off the car to make sure you check who's, if there's anybody still in the car. Seat belts, minimal. Don't know what it can do. Safety support, push to change. Sport gauge settings, show in sport. And then push to change. Basically what we can do is we can say always off, show in sport, or always on. You can do that, and this is the different drive modes that we have. So here's your sport mode. You also have normal mode, comfort, snow. Nothing changes in here other than in the sport mode, and that adds the turbo boost and then the G meter. Now I'm going to show you that on the middle screen because you have a better animation there, which takes me over to this middle screen. And sadly, no, it is not a touchscreen. I'm not sure why Acura is not putting the touchscreens. You have a perfectly good screen within the reach. I would like to have it controlled via touch. Now, instead, it's controlled through this trackpad, which, if you've seen my MDX videos or the TLX videos, I'm not a big fan of. Although it's gotten a little bit better, I've gotten used to. So let's start with and see what we have here. Right now we have the Sirius XM. Unfortunately, due to the copyright issues, I can't play any music for you, but trust me, it is super nice, this ELS studio sound. Very, very nice. So you have the navigation system, takes up most of the screen, about 2/3 of the screen. And I wonder if we can extend this. I can't see how. Then you can have the phone if we connected it. And of course Sirius XM, FM, system updates, smart shortcuts, Android Auto, no Android Auto device connected. Let me connect my phone and see if it is wired or wireless. Also, it tells you can do an Android Auto, connecting the Android Auto via USB, or ensuring Bluetooth is on, searching for hands-free link on the device. So we're going to turn the Bluetooth on my phone. Found the hands-free link. I'm going to do Pear. And yes, we do want to enable Android Auto. Okay, continue here. And here it is. This is the Android Auto right here. Takes up again about 2/3 of the screen. It's nice, it's visible. Go back to this main Acura menu. Let's see what else we have. I think I messed something up. See, there you go. This is the stuff that I'm not too crazy about, because I know it has 3 different screens. See, 1, 2, 3. And I want to go to the next one. Alright, so you have the Bluetooth audio, USB audio, AM radio, Alexa, settings, and the hotspot. Let's see what I have in settings here. System connections, display, vehicle, driving position setup, lighting setup, door setup. So Power tailgate setup. A lot of different options. It looks like I'm just pressing the random stuff, and that's because this is the trackpad that I'm using to move around. As soon as I let go my finger, it disappears the position that I was in, and then I have to start from the beginning. Now, by the way, this is the 2/3 of the screen. This is the 1/3 of the screen. So if you want to change something on the side here, this is that little trackpad that you need to move. Can I turn this off? Probably not. No. All right, go back to the main menu. I wish this was less confusing than it is, but while we're here, let's take a look at the rear view. Oh, come on. Why not the entire screen? This would be so much better. See the quality of it? It's decent. You have the top-down view for your 360. See where we're standing. And then the trajectory lines, they're active. Again, this is where it falls short of some of the competitors. The technology, surprisingly. I go back to park, and let's scroll down here. So you have your audio, volume, and power button. Seek and track. You have the hazard lights down here. You have your controls for your climate control, of course. And then you have the heated ventilated seats, settings for both driver and passenger. This is a huge knob right here. This is for your dynamic mode. So I told you it's got the different settings. There are different animations. Let's check what we have. So sport, normal, comfort, and snow. These are different drive modes. It looks super nice here. I wish they did the same kind of animation in the middle screen. I actually have it on my Honda Pilot, so I'm surprised they didn't do it here. You can turn off that auto start stop for the engine, and this is your gear shifter. So push button gear shifter. Again, I'm not against it, but on the performance SUV, I think I would like to have it more of a traditional style. And then here's your trackpad. Went through that already. You can open this up. This is nice and aluminum. Styling wise and visually, it looks super nice. Cup holders, USB Type A, and then on the sides here, you have all this contrast stitching, leather wrapping, and underneath this floating console, you have the wireless charger, regular power outlet, and then the USB Type C. Plus, room to store stuff out of the way. And right here, I'll have a little bit more storage for stuff that you might want to hide. Up here, mirror with the home link system. You can also turn on the dimming for it so you don't get blinded by people in the back. And then you have your sunroof control, push to tilt, or you can slide it, and you can push to open up the cover. Sunglasses holder. Here's your jet style fighter assist in case you get in trouble. And then on the sides here, you have the illuminated mirrors for both driver and passenger side, part of that ELS studio speaker system. And then this is the interior. It looks really, really nice. Let's take it for a spin. The RDX competes in a super busy market segment, ever-changing too. We're talking the Lexus NX, Genesis GV70, Mercedes-Benz GLC, BMW X3, Audi Q5, just to name a few competitors in the segment. So you see, there's a lot of competition. They have to bring their A game in order to win that customer. And of course, Acura has done a really nice job designing this vehicle. I'm not quite sure about this infotainment system. I'd like to see some improvements on that, but I think where this vehicle is going to shine is on the road. So we're going to take that on the road. But before we do that, I want to find out of what different trim levels are available. So the RDX on the Acura website says starting at $41,750. That's for the base package. Technology starting at $44,400. A-Spec $47,400, and then we're talking about the advanced A-Spec, which is this trim level. Now let me take a look at the sticker right here. We're looking at $53,550 with destination and the extra color, $55,345. So mid-50s, this is where it ends. But it begins right where the Honda CR-V ends. Of course, this one's got the more powerful engine. Let's see how it drives, because I have a feeling it's gonna shine on the road. Yeah, I think we can do a little 360 here to see how tight it is as far as turning. Turn the steering wheel to the left. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 parking spaces and about a quarter, 4 1/4 parking spaces. I can do a full 360 here. So very nice. Has the long hood. You can definitely see those bulges on the side on the hood here, which makes it easier to see where it's at. Merging in traffic. I'm in sport mode, 4-cylinder, turbocharged 2-liter engine, 272 horsepower, 10-speed automatic transmission. Nice visibility. I like the way it feels, especially putting it in the sport mode. It tightens out those dampers. The suspension definitely feels a little bit stiffer. The steering wheel, it's tighter than in the regular comfort mode. Definitely this would be my preferred mode to drive around with. This feels solid. I like the way that it feels when you drive it. It has this very well put together build as far as the overall feel of this vehicle. The visibility is good. The mirrors are the right size. The only questionable visibility is through this mirror, which I think on this price point and this price range, it should have this electronic mirror monitor with the camera up on top. We have the super handling all-wheel drive system, which we're about to test out in these couple corners here. It's always been great on the Acuras. Oh yes, oh yeah, it hugs this corner really nice. And then we'll go back to the other side. Perfect. No question that this is definitely a driver's vehicle. You feel engaged with it. The power delivery is there. There might be a slight turbo lag on the initial acceleration once it kicks in. No issues there. Let's stop here really quick. You're gonna see how fast it is off the line. See? And then we're gonna hit the brakes here. Boom. See, almost up to 60 and then slowing down here. That initial acceleration, once you lay down on that gas pedal, it takes a little bit for this turbo to spool and kick in, but once it gets going, it's really good. So overall, let's talk about this segment and about how competitive this vehicle is. It looks, I'll give it a plus. Definitely the design factor, the styling of this vehicle, there's nothing to complain about. Obviously, this is going to be subjective to everyone who looks at it, but on the interior, the looks are great. Leather feels nice. The seats are comfortable. Here's where my complaint would be coming in, is this infotainment system. I didn't like it on the MDX. I'm sorry, I don't like it on the RDX. I know it's a matter of personal preference. I think it's not very user-friendly, especially with this trackpad. The screen is decent size, but why not give us the usability of the entire screen with the camera, with the navigation? I think it would be so much better. Camera, that could be better as far as the quality of the image. I mean, we're talking about some of the competitors have almost like the HD camera, like the 4K cameras that you see there. So definitely a room for improvement here. But overall, I mean, the drive, that's where it makes up a lot of the shortcomings, like as far as the tech, because you can definitely get used to this. Let me see if I lay down on it while driving, see how it's gonna accelerate here. It seems like it's finding the gears nicely, no issue. It goes down by 2 gears and starts accelerating. That's very nice. And definitely that cornering on this vehicle is where it shines. It hugs the road. What about pricing? So I think the pricing is competitive in the segment. It's definitely cheaper than the Germans. The Germans start at about a few $1,000s more. Like, I believe the new GLC, I just did the review of it, I believe it starts at about 47, 46, 47, but that's bare. There's nothing on it. The one that I reviewed was about $65,000. This is $55,000, so $10,000 more. It had about the same level of equipment on as on this one, so you know, there you go, there's a price difference. The GV70, the one with the 2.5 liter turbocharged engine, that's probably going to be the closest as far as the pricing wise. Then definitely take both of them for a spin, see which one you like better. They're completely differently driving vehicles. Both are great in my opinion. Check out this acceleration one more time. Stop, go. We got it up to 60. Well, nice acceleration. The only drawback, the only complaint that I would have with it is that initial turbo lag. I think this vehicle, in my opinion, would benefit with this mild hybrid system that would keep the turbo spooled, so once you hit it, it's going to get the full power of it right away. But as far as what I read, Acura has no plans of introducing any hybrids. They used to have the MDX hybrid. No more hybrids in the lineup, and then they're going to go straight for the electric vehicles. And ZDX is coming with the all-new, all-electric SUV. That's going to be interesting. I kind of wish that they were bringing in the hybrid or maybe plug-in hybrid just to stay with the competition. But overall, a nice vehicle. Definitely check it out if you're shopping for one. Definitely check it out, especially if you're shopping for vehicles such as Honda CR-V or Toyota RAV4, because the RAV4 at the end of the lineup, not even including the plug-in one, that's going to be in the high 40s. This one starts in the mid 40s, so maybe that's going to be a better choice for you. Same thing with the Honda CR-V ending in the low 40s. That's where this one begins, so kind of overlaps at the top of the line CR-V versus bottom of the line of this, depending on what works best for you. Well guys, thank you very much for watching. I hope this was helpful. I hope you learned one thing from this video. If you did, I did my job. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit that little bell notification button, and leave me a like. I'll see you in my next video. Cheers.